So happy teachers create happy classroom. That is the topic that we are going to discuss today. It's a very day-to-day fact that we are noticing in our life. And today, like that also, it's a happy day for all of us because the schools have reopened after a long break. So in fact, teachers are the role models for the students, and our appearance decide what will be the mood of the students inside the classroom. So this is the session about how we can make students happy and how so the happy teachers create happy classroom. That is what we are going to discuss today here. So what are we going to learn today? That is the point. There it is given. This presentation will describe and demonstrate specific teaching behaviors that help children develop skills to regulate their own behavior and get the most out of each instructional experience. So we give so many instructions inside the classroom, but only those instructions which the child likes are accepted by the child. Otherwise, all our instructions which the child does not like are rejected. In that case, how can we make it this learning teaching process a happy process? That is what we are going to learn today. So there is one question: which words come first in your mind when you think of happiness? When we think of happiness, what are the things that come in our mind? Of course, there are few things that we start thinking when we think about happiness. I think these are few words which might have entered your mind when you were thinking about this question. Food, sometimes joy, sometimes friends, sometimes family. All these are the components of happiness. When we start thinking about happiness, we think one of them, two of them, or maybe all of them. So what is happiness? First, generally, how can we define happiness? Happiness is a feeling of pleasure and positivity. Happiness is a sense of well-being, joy, or contentment. This is
Morning, sir.
This is the general definition of happiness. Now, in case of students, what happens? When we think about students, being confined to the students, happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Your words, your thought, your actions, when they are in a proper coordination, that state of mind is happiness. So happiness is an inside job. You can see there is a line written by William Arthur Ward. Happiness is an inside job. We do not have to depend upon others or the outside external stimulus for creating happiness. Happiness is within us. Let us find that happiness and bring it before the students. Why is the happiness of teachers so very important? Why should a teacher be happy? First thing, the most important thing is you are a teacher by choice. If you are a teacher by choice, you will be always be happy, and you should always be happy because you are in this noble profession of teaching. You are the greatest influence on the students. Second thing is you should be happy because nothing influences the children more than us. We are the best examples for the children in each and every sphere of life. So as far as being happy is concerned, we should all be very happy when we are before the students. For you, success is a measure of the quality of students who are mentored under your guidance. So when a child does very well, we also feel very happy. Today, all of us, when we saw the students in the classrooms. The students were having so many things to share, and we got them today. Please keep yourself muted. So it was a very nice experience for all of us, and it was a very happy classroom today morning. You foster social responsibility, broaden imaginations, and offer encouragement and support. So all the things students receive from us.
नहीं मेरा मीटिंग चल रहा है। हाँ मेरे को फोन करके अच्छा अच्छा ठीक 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 है अमन से
Be thankful you are associated with the most blissful generation. A new generation, the generation of small students is with us, and we have to mold them into a good citizen. So we should be thankful and we should be happy for this. And most importantly, you are still going. You are still school going. This is the best thing that should make us happy. People who have joined other professions, they have left the school. They have left going to the school. But we are fortunate that we are still going to the school. We are still learning and forever young. We are still in the learning process, and that's why we can say we are also a child. Why our interactions are very important for the children? Because our interactions equal to child's development. So all these things are mentioned here, the theory given by Vygotsky. You can see an environment of relationships. These are the references. Social interactions play a key role in how children learn to think, reason, and communicate. So social interactions are very important. Our interactions particularly is very important. We should behave very sensitive with so much sensations when we are before the students inside the classroom. The aspects of development, intellectual, social, emotional, behavioral, and moral, all these aspects of a child's development are determined by our interactions, how we interact with the child, how we transfer our thoughts to the young mind of the child. That is most important. So how to turn an everyday interaction into a powerful interaction? So when we talk to the students, we must be careful about these 3 points. Be present. Second one is connect. Third one is extend learning. So first, now one by one, we'll take these 3 things in detail. Be present. Take a moment to think and prepare. First, prepare yourself. Check yourself. Quiet the chaos, the disturbances, the children. Sometimes they are very energetic. They start expressing themselves without your permission. So, in such a situation, we should not lose our temperament. We should be very calm. We should use our emotional intelligence and control the situation. Second one is adjust to connect. We need to make few changes in order to get properly connected with the students. First is reflect on your personality. This is a very important aspect that we should see. Reflect on the child's personality, temperaments, preferences, interests, cultures, languages. All these things we have to keep in mind when we are inside the classroom. We can't go with one section of the children. We can't go with only one part of the students. We have to take them as a whole and then carry on for the next 30-45 minutes, whatever we have. Second one is connecting. How should we get connected to the students? Slow down. Stay in the moment. First thing is that one. Suppose a child is speaking in a loud voice. So what should we do as a teacher? Should we speak in a voice louder than the child's voice? Definitely not. We should slow down, but don't skip. We should stay with the child and try to bring him as per our instructions. Next one is keep learning about children. We should know about the children. This is very important and we have been doing it very well. Third one is listen to the children. We should give some time to the children to express themselves. In every class, if we allot the last 5 minutes for the children to express themselves, I think it will be a good idea. So personalize your interactions. Whatever we say, that should be seen in our behavior as well. The child should see those things in our behavior. It is not that only if we say something and we do not follow the same instruction, so the child will not take it seriously. So what we instruct must be seen in our behavior. So respect. We should show respect for the child. Showing respect does not mean that we should stand up and offer them the seat. Showing respect is a different case here. We should, if we care for the child, that is the biggest respect. If we go to the child's place and look at his copy, take the pen from his hand and make the correction on his copy and tell him that this word is wrong, you should write A here, it should not be A, it should be T here. The child understands that you are very careful about that child and he starts respecting you from the very next day. Next one is guide children's behavior. We can't completely change the behavior of the child, but we can mold their behavior in a positive way. If a child is very energetic, he generally stands up in the class and starts speaking, keeps on moving here and there. So in that case, we can't completely control that child. We can't completely change that child. What should we do? We should ask our sports teachers to take the child into the playground and give him some physical activity over there so that when he does that physical activity, the amount of energy that he has will get used and he will come to his normal behavior. The last point, keep trust growing. This is the most important point that we are missing today, perhaps. Because very common example is, if you generally, you might have seen in the classrooms, say the students in page number 94, there is a word apple, and you write the wrong spelling of that word on the board. See, the children will start referring to the book. They will just turn the page and they will start searching the spelling. Where is it? And then they will tell you that, sir, the spelling is wrong. This is a very small thing. However, it has no relation with trust. But these small events change into the loss of trust in the future. So let us not let this happen inside the classroom. And then after that, how will learning be extended among the children? There are 10 strategies given here. Help children see themselves as thinkers. Let the child think. Let him explore as much as he can. We just have to provide one topic We just have to provide an open question to the students and let them research how they think about it. Respond to the curiosity. If the child is eager to know something, we should respond to the curiosity. In some cases, it happens we are also not known to the answers. So in that case, we can very simply say the child that we'll discuss this topic tomorrow. Use mirror talk, have conversations, inspire imaginative play. So all these processes can be adopted inside the classroom. You are trying many of them in your daily classroom. If you are not, let us try to implement some more of them inside the classroom so that the learning process becomes very easy and interesting for the students. So, Sten, how will you make the students in, interactive with you? So first, for those, be a good listener. First, we will have to listen to the students. That is very important. Use interesting language and vocabulary. Our words that we are using inside the classroom should not be very difficult. Our language should be interesting. Repeat and clarify what the child says. If a child is saying something, the best way to appreciate him inside the classroom is just to repeat his words. If you are asking a child, what is, tell me the example, an example of noun, the child says pen. So what we need to do as a teacher, we don't have to clap or something. Just if the teacher repeats his word, okay, Satyam is saying pen. If you say like this, the student becomes very happy. So these are the three things that if we follow, we can make the learning process easier for the students. I think they will take it very easily. Now, when we look at ourselves, before entering the class, we should check ourselves. What is your temperament when you are entering inside the classroom? Are you easygoing or flexible, cautious, slow to warm? So these are so many things. We should check ourselves also. Do you have students with challenging temperaments? Are there things your students enjoy that you do not? So there are certain things which our students like, but we do not like. So what will you do in these kind of situations? Can you recall a time when culture or language created a connection or interference with a student? So these are few things that we should check before entering the classroom, and we should assure ourselves that we are having a positive answer for all these questions. So now let's do an activity. There is a question. What is a happy classroom? So what is a happy classroom? We'll go on moving. These activities will be done in the offline board. Next one. Next question is there. Who should work on making it happy? Teacher, counselor, or parent? Who will make the classroom a happy classroom? The third question is, why do you think it is necessary for you to work on happy classroom? As a teacher, why you should be working to make the classroom happy? And one more question is there. How should we do it? What methods can be used to make the classroom a happy place? Now, teachers as ambassadors of happiness in the classroom. Teachers as ambassadors of happiness in the classroom. In the beginning of the session, it was already discussed that we are the people who create happiness inside the classroom. The amount of knowledge that the child will gain from today's class depends upon the interactions, depends upon the mindset of the teacher present inside the classroom. So we can make the students learn very easily if we are happy and we are able to gain the attention of the children. In fact, they will learn positively and they will learn greater than the usual classes. If you are a teacher, so if you are a teacher, you are not only a teacher, you are so many things other than a teacher. As you can see there, you are a life coach, you are a motivator, you are a discovery guide, you are a trip coordinator, you are a negotiator, you are a cheerleader. So a teacher has so many roles to play before a child, and that's why when we fit ourselves truly in all these roles, a child starts showing respect for us and the teaching learning process becomes very smooth and very easy. So these are the roles a teacher has to play. Sometimes you have to become a mediator. Sometimes you have to become a truth detector also. So many things are written there. All these are our roles which we play as a teacher inside the classroom to make the learning process very easy for the students. And in fact, we have been very successful in doing all these things. So these are just to refresh our knowledge with all these things. It's not that we do not have this knowledge. We already, all of us have this knowledge, but this training, in-house training, is just to make it fresh, just to sharpen the memory so that we. Next one. Please keep yourself muted. Please keep yourself muted. What should a teacher? What should a teacher? Please keep yourself muted. Remember, you are the greatest asset to your classroom and to your students. So these things really we should remember. You are responsible for facilitating your students' growth and learning. It is an awesome privilege and responsibility. So we should feel ourselves very lucky that we are in the noble profession of teaching, where we have an opportunity to guide a complete generation, a generation that is to come tomorrow. We are the guide of that generation. So it should be a matter of great privilege and responsibility. And if you don't protect the asset, your students will be impacted as well. So if you don't protect yourself, protect means if you don't update yourself, if you don't keep yourself updated with the latest changes in the system of learning, the students will be impacted with it. The impact will go directly onto the students, and that will be a loss. It is not only okay to take care of yourself, it is necessary. So please keep yourself muted, dear teachers. So it is necessary that we should get ourselves updated according to the changes, latest changes that are taking place in the field of learning. Here, 7-step formula for a happy teacher. You are
हेलो तुम बाहर क्यों हो हैं तुम्हारा नहीं
please keep yourself muted. 7-step formula of a happy teacher. How can we be happy as a teacher inside the classroom? First thing is you are extraordinary. Believe in yourself, your inner strength. So believe in yourself. That is the first formula to remain happy. Stop comparing yourself to your colleague. Don't compare yourself with your colleague. Always keep a positive attitude and engage yourself in positive talk. So these things are very important. Don't go towards anything negative. Here, take time for yourself, your physical and psychological well-being. Both are important as a teacher. Psychologically and physically, in both the forms, we need to be very sound, very healthy. Lower your expectations, be actual and realistic. So we should be very factful and realistic. When a child writes the answer, simply we go through the answer and give the child 3 marks. And when the child comes to us saying that, sir, why only 3? We very simply reply that your answer could have been better than this. That's why I have given you only 3. Do it better, you will get 4. So actually, when we are seeing the answer of that child, we are expecting it from our level. We are expecting it to be very high level kind of answer that is almost of our level. But if we think from the child's level, that would be the real assessment. Now there, promise yourself to acquire a new skill and expand your scope of learning. You should always be learning because you might have gone through a line by Rabindranath Tagore. He said that a candle can light other candle only when the first candle is burning. So if we are not learning, how can we make learning easier for the students? So we should also continuously be learning. So these are the things. Invest in experiences, not possessions. So teachers are, in terms of wealth, we are not very great, but in terms of experience, in terms of wisdom, I think we are very fortunate enough that we have these two wealth with us, experience and wisdom. So let us invest more in this field rather than the other ones. So how can we create a happy classroom? Let us see. And after that, we are almost moving towards the conclusion. So teaching strategies to create happy students. Welcome them with open arms and confidence. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Teachers, please keep yourself muted. It's a humble request. Okay. Give something to look forward. Always you must have a surprise element for the students. Every day when you enter the classroom, you must have a surprise element for the students. Keep something surprise. Invest time to know them. Third one is you should invest some time to know the students. Fourth one, get social with them. Try to get emotionally connected to them. Use humor and give them choices. Give them some options. Use humor, make them smile, make them laugh inside the classroom. Relate textbook with daily life. This is the most important one, I think. What they are reading in the textbook should be related to the daily life, and give, give them some time to relax. Give the students some time to relax when they are reading, because as we know, the concentration of the children is very high only for 6 minutes. After 6 minutes, they start losing their concentration. So there are few tips for happiness in life. This is common for all of us, teachers as well as the students. Sleep early and wake up early. This is a very common habit. Stay hydrated throughout the day. Practice being grateful for what is going well in your life. Most of the times, we become complaining in nature. We start complaining. I don't have so much money. I don't have a car. I don't have a big house. And so many problems, such problems are there that we start complaining. But actually, instead of complaining, we should be happy for what we have. Listen to inspirational and motivational materials regularly. We should keep on listening to such things which motivate us, which inspire us to do good in life, to move ahead. Read enriching articles and books. So we are very lucky to have good number of books in the library. So we should cultivate a habit of reading good books from there. Reread good books. So just go on repeating. If you have read a book, read it once again. Look for the good in others. This is very important. We should always look for what is good in others, because it's a very common fact. Suppose you have a pen in your pocket and you say that the pen is very good. The pen does not become happy. Finally, who becomes happy is the person who made that pen. You saw the flower in the garden and you said that this rose is very beautiful. Who becomes happy? Does the flower become happy? The flower does not become happy. In fact, the gardener who takes care of that flower, he becomes happy. So, in case we find something good in other human beings, we praise other human beings, what happens? The creator of human beings means ultimately the God becomes happy. So, that is what we should try to do. We should try to find good in our colleagues. We should try to praise everyone. We should meet everyone with a smile. Next one is wrap yourself with a glowing smile. The same thing is there. You should be happy. You should greet others, meet others with happiness. Next one is choose to be happy. Instead of being sad for what you don't have, be happy for what you have. Next one is look at and enjoy the nature. The nature is the biggest source of happiness. If we are close to the nature, happiness will automatically come. So spend some time with the nature. Take some time to visit the garden. Take some time to play with the small babies. Take some time to be with the animals. So these things will help us to become happy. And the most important thing as a teacher, what will help us is read enriching articles and books, go through these things continuously and update your knowledge related to your subject and related to the methods of teaching and all the processes that are required inside the classroom. Okay, so here is the references. If you need to know more about from where these references have been taken, you can, these things are available. These things are available on the internet. This is the point of reference from where you can get it and you can study. So this was all from my end. Now, out of today's experience, if any one of you would like to share today's experience, what was the level of happiness among the students? What did they share with you?
Good.
Some experiences, today's classroom experiences. Okay, so children are very innocent. Today morning when we saw them after a long time, it was very pleasing for all of us. During the assembly time when the music was being played and the children were dancing, it looked very good. And there was an environment of happiness all over the campus. So children are a gift of God, and we are very fortunate that we are directly connected to the children. We are directly the leaders of their brain. We are leading their brain. They will go wherever we want. So let us try to mold them in a way that today's child becomes tomorrow's responsible citizen. That is what we are looking for. And this session was done with the same aim. We all know these things. We all have gone through several trainings and we have read so many articles and books related to these things, but regular revisions are important, and that's why these sessions are being carried out in-house so that we can refresh ourselves with the knowledge and make the learning teaching process very efficient, very easy. So we are here. All of them, almost 50 members are here now. I would like to thank everyone to be here and don't forget to mark your attendance as soon as the meeting is over. The attendance link will be shared. Don't forget to mark your attendance because in many cases it happens that we miss our attendance and then we are out of the record. So can can we have one experience from any one member, please? Today's
Good afternoon, sir.
good afternoon, ma'am.
Sir, the session was very good, quite informative, and we can yes relate it with our day-to-day classroom. As and it's true that a happy teacher creates a happy classroom. It's quite true. And if being a teacher, if we are happy, so definitely we can make our students also feel happy and they can learn in a very joyful manner. So the session was quite informative and really thankful. We are really thankful to you for sharing such a uh, related topic as a teacher. So it's quite informative for us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
So it's nothing that I have prepared something extra or something like that. We are all very much expert of all these things, and we have been doing these things as a team. So it was just a platform from where we could refresh ourselves. It was nothing about providing a new learning to the members. Just we are refreshing
Exactly,
ourselves.
exactly, sir.
Just we are refreshing
Yes.
ourselves with the
This,
knowledge that we have.
yeah,
So any
yes, sir. That's
any
true.
any other reflection, please?
Very good session. Was very, very good and very motivational session. Because sir, we have learned lots of things from you.
Thank you,
It's
sir.
very nice to hear you attending your meeting too.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So we are looking forward to have such productive sessions.
So we are sure that whatever you have said in the meeting, we will try to implement all this concept in our classroom. So make it a more happy and more stress-free classroom. It
Yes, sir. We have already been
very helpful
implementing.
to us for managing our class better.
We have already been
Yeah,
implementing.
we are implementing, but we have to intensify all these concepts.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So any other member who wants to put forward his suggestions, reflections about the session today, or your experience in the classroom today, as it was the first day after a long break? What were the responses from the children? Any unusual thing that you felt inside the classroom? Okay, so these the things that we saw here. One thing I would like to request
रीजनल डांस
all my
डिस्कस कर लिया है,
colleagues
मिशन डिस्कस कर लिया है, उसी में हो जाएगा।
that please let us follow all these things that are here on the screen. Right, we should try to sleep early and wake up early. Take enough amount of water. Be happy for what you have. Don't complain for what is missing in your life. Listen to the inspirational and motivational materials. Read good books. Be in good company. Look for the good in other people. Always have a smile. Be a part of the nature.
वैल्यू तो बदले थे साथी, एक वैल्यू बदले थे।
So this is what we have to follow in our life as a teacher.
वेबिनार वगैरह में देखा है कि कुछ आदमी अपने आप को जाने के चक्कर में कितना बढ़िया उस माल
इस वीडियो किसका ऑन है? स्पीकर देखिए।
ना हमारा नहीं होना है।
Please keep yourself muted. Please keep yourself muted.
स्पीकर ऑन देखिए आपका।
Okay, so finally, if we have any other feedback, any other reflection from any of the members?
आप उस तरह के नहीं, आप तो 0.4 को दिए तो आप तो आने वाले साइंस उस तरह का टीचर
It is the only method to remain connected to studies. But despite that, we could, looking at the smiles on the faces of the children today, we could easily understand that children also prefer to be in the society to learn with their friends rather than staying alone at home and looking at the mobile screen and reading. So the nature, the surroundings, the environment makes a child happy. And when the environment is child friendly, the learning process becomes very interesting for the child. So we, as a teacher, we do nothing, we only create the child friendly environment inside the school, where our infrastructure is one part. The most important part of that child friendly environment is the role of the teacher. So a teacher has to be very sensitive. If we want to make the learning process very easy for the students, we have to keep ourselves cheerful. We have to keep ourselves updated with knowledge. We all are doing that. Every day we are doing it inside the classroom. These things are very important. How we should make ourselves happy. One question comes that either you are a teacher by choice or by profession. This is a very important question. If you think you are a teacher by choice, you will always be happy. If you feel that I am a teacher by profession, you will have so many complaints relating to your job. So let us believe that we are a teacher not by profession. We are a teacher by choice. We are a teacher because we wanted to be a teacher. So this is very important. Take time for yourself. This one is important. Your physical and psychological well-being both are very important for us. Physically, we should be very fit, and psychologically also we should be very fit, so that we can understand the emotions of the children very well inside the classroom. Promise yourself to acquire a new skill and expand your scope of learning every time. We should be ready to learn something new. Sometimes it may come from the students also. During the online classes, when we were having the online classes, many functions which we were feeling difficult to operate were instructed by the students. The students used to say, "Sir, do like this." So always we should be eager to learn from wherever it comes, doesn't matter. Positive attitude, always keep a positive attitude and engage yourself in a positive talk. So that's very important. We should not compare ourselves to our friends. Every human being is born with a special talent, a different talent, a unique talent. So we can't say that my friend is better than me, or some of my friends are not good as me. So these things are useless. These comparisons are useless. Invest in experiences, not possessions. So we should not think to increase the bank balance. Rather than increasing the bank balance, we should think how to increase our experiences and how to enhance our knowledge, how to update ourselves with the changes that are going in the methods of teaching. Expectations should be low. We should be factual and realistic. This is very important. As not only as a teacher, as a human being, it's very important that in our life we are realistic. The main reason for the problems in our life is we maintain double identity. We try to maintain double identity. I earn 10,000 rupees per month, but I try to show that I earn 50,000 rupees per month. So this is double identity. We should not be maintaining double identity in the life. We should be very realistic. Let what you are come out and be exposed. In today's times, common people are very uncommon. So as a group, we are not uncommon. We are common people. And we are doing a common job. We don't need to do anything uncommon, anything unique, but let us do what we are doing. Let us do it in an uncommon way. Our way of doing the work will be uncommon. We are not uncommon, and we do not need to maintain such identities where we are trying to prove ourselves better than what we actually are. These things will help learning. You are extraordinary. This thing we should always say the child. You are extraordinary. Believe in yourself, your inner strength. When we speak these words before a child feels very energetic. When we say a child, very good, you have replied to the question, come before the class, when he stands in front of the students and other students clap for him, the child feels very happy. Believe in yourself. So very simple example for it is, you give a question in the classroom. Don't help the child. Let him write the answer, whatever he writes. Even if he writes a wrong answer, appreciate him for the first time. Tell him that you have done it well. And after that, when you evaluate the copy, you make the corrections. You simply tell him that although your everything is correct, but you should try writing it once again. When we say like this, the child becomes very careful of your remarks. The next day, the child will write the same answer and come to you and say that, sir, today it is nice, give me good. And then we are very happy. When we give that good to the child feels very happy and we also feel very happy. So these are the things. I hope you enjoyed the session. So let's conclude it now. Thank you. Thank you everyone for attending the session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for such a
Thank you, sir.
wonderful
Thank
session.
you.